in 3 female doctors struggle with infertility. That is twice the rate of the general population. I was shocked. Today I'm pulling back the curtain on why this is happening, not just to doctors, but to every woman living in a high-pressure world. We're going to take a look at why your brain has a panic button that can shut down your ovaries, how stress makes the womb unsticky, and a deceptive phenomenon I call internal pollution that affects your egg quality even when you look perfectly healthy. Recently, I've been wondering, will I get pregnant? Have I left it too late? Did I work too hard and ruin my chances? Even as a doctor myself, I didn't know the magnitude of this until I dove into the research to prepare for my own journey. The very people who understand the body best are being pushed to the biological brink by the systems they work in. It means the modern way we live and work is fundamentally attacking our ability to reproduce. We are paying a biological tax that most of us don't even know exists. It's time we understand the price of our careers and how we can start to fight back. The first pillar of this tax is the panic button. This represents the HPA axis, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenals axis. Think of this as your body's internal alarm system. Evolutionarily, it was designed to keep you alive. If a predator was chasing you, your hypothalamus would signal to your pituitary gland, which would then tell your adrenal glands to flood your system with cortisol and adrenaline. In that moment, your body has one goal and one goal only: survival. The problem is that our biology hasn't caught up with the modern world. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a literal tiger and a toxic work environment. To understand why this is a crisis, you have to look at the reality of the system we work in. The Guardian newspaper just released data showing there are 285 violent incidences against the NHS staff every single day. This isn't a staffing issue, it's a national emergency. Just last week, a patient was shouting at me and being verbally abusive. In that moment, my HPA axis didn't see a frustrated patient, it saw a threat to my life. When your HPA axis is stuck in the on position, it triggers a clinical shutdown of your HPG axis, the system responsible for reproduction. Cortisol essentially tells your brain, the environment's unsafe, we're in a famine or a war zone. This is not the time to bring life into the world. High cortisol and adrenaline levels don't just make you feel stressed, they literally block the signals that tell your ovaries to release an egg. You don't want to grow a human in a war zone, and if your 9 to 5 feels like a war zone, your body will respond by shutting down your fertility to protect you. Your body makes a choice: survival over reproduction. But the research showed me something even more surprising. It's not just about releasing an egg, it's about the pregnancy taking hold. Stress makes the womb unsticky. High levels of cortisol impair what we call endometrial receptivity. Think of the lining of the womb like soil. For a seed to grow, the soil needs to be prepared. Chronic stress essentially dries out that soil. Even if you manage to do everything right, if your body thinks it's in a constant state of crisis, it will struggle to let that pregnancy take hold. Pillar 2, the sleep debt. Next is the shift work tax. People in my profession treat night shifts and sleeplessness like a badge of honour. But biologically, this is a hormonal wrecking ball. Data shows that sleeping less than 6 hours creates insulin resistance even if you look perfectly healthy. Think of your hormones like an orchestra. When your insulin is out of whack, the entire hormonal orchestra plays out of tune. Your cycles become irregular and your egg quality drops. If you are surviving on 4 hours of sleep, this may affect your fertility. Pillar 3, the diet paradox. This is the most deceptive filter. A lot of female physicians often look healthy, we may even have normal BMIs. But looking healthy and being fertile are two different things. In high-pressure jobs, we survive on stress eating, processed snacks, grabbed between patients or meetings. This creates oxidative stress, or what I call internal pollution. This internal pollution attacks the quality of your oocytes, your eggs. You may be able to fit into your scrubs perfectly, but if you have internal pollution due to poor nutrition, you're statistically more likely to struggle to conceive. Pillar 4, the career trap. The way that our medical careers are designed, we spend our peak fertility years, our 20s, dedicated to learning about the health of others. But by the time we are a bit older, such as me at 32, my fertility is mathematically lower than it was at 22. The system often discourages us from starting families during our training years, and especially in the UK, training can be a really long process. We lack flexibility and we lack a village around us to support us because we've moved across the country for our jobs. We sacrifice our biology for a system that doesn't always love us back. Part 8. The prescription and the protest. This is a crisis, but we can fight it. My Nest checklist isn't just about my personal journey, it's a protest against a system that breaks its healers. Here is our prescription. First thing first, we have to release the panic button and find daily ways to signal safety to our brain. And we need to protect our sleep. We need to be trying to at least 6 hours of sleep a night. And we need to fight the internal pollution. We need to stop eating for convenience and start eating to protect egg quality. We have to start healing ourselves with the same urgency we use to heal others. Follow my journey as I will be sharing how I try to tackle each of these challenges. But there is one more problem. It's a cycle that keeps the panic button locked in the on position. In the next video, I'm breaking down the vicious cycle of stress and fertility. Subscribe so you don't miss it.